Hello everyone and welcome to another PowerPoint tutorial. Today we're going to work with pictures in PowerPoint and we're going to explore how you can add a bit of creativity to how you use pictures using outlines. So let's get right into it. So for today's tutorial, I have downloaded some images from Unsplash which I will be using to demonstrate how you can use shape outlines and picture outlines to add creativity to your slides. So let me use this particular image for this tutorial. So I'm just going to copy it from here and then paste it into my slide. The image is actually covering almost the entire height of the slide, so we're just going to resize it a little bit. Holding down Control and Shift, I'm going to grab one of the corners and make it a bit smaller. So this is one of the new features in Office 365 of design ideas, but we're not going to use that for now. What I want to do is I want to go to, and then I'm just going to go to the outline. So here you'll see, you have many different options for what you want to do with shape outlines. So you can have no outline at all. You can have a solid line, or you could even have a gradient line. So for example, this is just for demonstration. We're not actually going to be using this, but you can actually see that you can have a gradient line as an outline. You can even make it completely transparent so that it only appears in certain parts of it. So for example, make this transparent, and so you see you'll have like a line appearing just around the edges of the lower half. So that's one thing that you can do. The other thing that you can actually do is, and here again, you have many different options. So you can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the width, so you increase or decrease the width. You can have different styles for it. So for example, if you want to have like a sketch style for it, you can have a compound line for it. And so there are basically many different options. So what I'm going to use today is the solid line. And here I'm going to use the same color as the background because that is actually going to help, add a very different look and feel to it. So for example, this is one way of using it. So you can see, there is a sketch line around it and it gives a very different look than your standard image in a PowerPoint slide. We can, just create a copy. So I'm just doing a Control C and Control V over here, and then you can, try something different with this one. And we're going to explore some more options over here. So for starters, I want to just use a flat outline, and because I don't want this orange thing to show outside of the border, I'm just going to increase the width of this until that orange part disappears completely. There you go. And now what you can do is you can change the style of it, which makes it a bit different. You can use compound lines if that makes sense for you. You can just keep it to a solid line. You can have different kinds of sketch style. You can use dashes if you want, so you can use, so there are many different kind of dashes that you have over here. And then within these dashes, you can have like a round cap or square or just flat. So that's another way of doing it. You can actually do much more with this. So I'll just move this over here. And I'm just going to resize this a little bit. And then maybe, try something different. Maybe add a shadow to this. So now the problem with an outside shadow is that, you can use it, it can look quite, depending on the look that you're going for, it can be completely, it can be very artistic. So just, this can be something different, and so on and so forth. There's just no limit to your creativity. You can just go around experimenting with all of the options and get different results each time for each, and you can just settle for the one that you like best. This is one example, and really you are just limited by your own experimentation and creativity in using these options. So this is where PowerPoint is really useful. There are a lot of options, there are a lot of settings available. If you go deeper into those, you can get pretty astounding results with very basic tools at your disposal. So the next thing that I'm going to try and do is I'm going to create a stamp like look for an image. So let me use this image of a street of a city, and this is something that you can use for, say, to create a very scrapbook look for your slides, or to, if you have something to do with travel. What I'm going to do is just resize this a little bit, make it a bit smaller. So I'm just going to hold down Control Shift and grab one of the edges to make it smaller. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a shape, which is, and I'm just going to adjust the dimension so that it's slightly bigger than my image. So for example, if my image is 9.45 and 7.1 centimeter, I'm just going to add, say, 0.5 centimeter. So this becomes 9.95 and then 7.6. And I'm just going to fill it with white color. And the outline I'm going to choose is the same as the background. And I just want to bring this to the front and then adjust it a little bit so that the it's perfectly aligned. So to make sure that it is perfectly aligned, we can actually just go to Align Center and then Align and Middle. Now what you want to do is you want to select that white box and you want to choose this dotted style, and the cap type will be round. And once I increase the width of this a little bit, you'll start to see that stamp-like appearance. So it looks like the edges of a stamp, and this can be quite useful if you're trying to give your photos a bit of an artistic look and you want to create a travel scrapbook or just about anything. There's just no limit to how you want to use this. If you want, you can just group this, and then you can create many different permutations and combinations, so on and so forth. You can even add a little bit of a shadow to this if you want, just to give it that. But adding a shadow is actually going to defeat the whole purpose of it. So you want to maybe add a shadow just to this image, and that can be a little bit different. And so there you go. That was my tutorial, and this is in no way a comprehensive tutorial. I would encourage you to go and try different combinations, experiment with the settings, and create the look that you want. That's it for today, and I'm going to be back with another tutorial soon. Thank you for watching.